All right. All right, we're recording, so if any of you miss the session here, I will definitely have a recording I can pass around to you. So good morning, and thank you for coming. I'm so excited how many of you are already logged in and watching. And so let's just get down to it. Like, this is going to be what I do every Sunday. It's kind of, I'm going to show you how my mind works and what my train of thoughts are. And I'm just going to mute. There we go. So I'm just going to sort of show you how my mind works and how I lay out my meal planning for the week. And I'm literally going to bring you around my messy kitchen with me and show you how it works. So first things first, I want to make sure, hey, Tracy, just getting started here, I haven't missed anything. So I just want to show you a little bit about how I've got my table laid out, because this is what I do every weekend. Tracy actually just logged on to my Zoom, and she is 100% responsible for this amazing tracker and all of its simplicity, and I freaking love it. So thank you, Tracy, for sharing with us. Laura, I can see you trying to get in still. No worries, girl. It's going to be the same thing on Zoom as it is on Instagram. So this is the sheet. I tried to send a link to everybody yesterday. If you did not get it, I can send it to you again at the end of this recording. But this is what Tracy put together, and this I love for so many reasons. One side, it's got your meal plan. Next side, it has snack options. You'll see that meal plan is set up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then the back side, which I love the most, is that the snack options are just random. There's no days, there's no times, and I really love this for the flexibility of kind of being able to eat what you want when you want and not feeling so restricted or limited to a specific set plan. So thank you, Tracy. Super big thumbs up and props to you for letting us use this. I will make sure everybody has a copy of it when we finish up. So before we dive into planning the food and kind of me showing you how I do this, I want to let you know that what I'm doing today is completely adaptable. It can be used for any type of meal plan. The way that I go through this thinking can be used if you're following 21-Day Fix. It can be used if you are following Ultimate Portion Fix. It can be used if you're following keto. It can be used if you're following Weight Watchers. It can be used if you're following nothing and just trying to get your family onto a routine. So I really want you guys to know that I'm not here to tell you what's right or tell you what's wrong or push a certain way of eating on you. I just really want to show you how I go about my food and hopefully give you some tools to help you do the same thing for yours as well. So another commitment that I need you guys to do right off the bat. Hey, Megan, I see you just joined us on Instagram. Perfect, good, I'm glad she's here. No labeling. This is something that I am going to work super diligently with my team on, and that is stopping the good food versus bad food concept. I think that there's a place for that in the world, but where I'm at in my journey and where I want my team to go is I really don't want to be thinking about food as good versus bad. So I really want you guys to keep that in mind as we go into this session. I want you to throw that food labeling idea out the window, and I want you to stop yourselves in your tracks when we start going through our kitchens together. And I don't want you to only pick things that you think are healthy or not put things on your list that you think maybe aren't as healthy, because this is not about that. Okay, I've got a different group and a different call for that, but that's not what this is. Okay, everyone give me thumbs up if you're cool. Amazing. All right. Anybody else have this printed? Are we good on that? Perfect. I see Alicia's, I see Carm's, beautiful. Another thing I want you guys to do, and I mentioned this, and I'm going to be proof of the product right now. I do not want you writing in pen if you can avoid it. So I'm going to grab my pencil in the other room. Oh, here it is. Pencil and eraser, because I guarantee you write down, you're going to want to change at some point. Okay? So you got your paper, you got your pencil, you got your eraser, and I also want you to have some kind of a highlighter, something you can draw attention to certain things throughout this process as well. Okay? what we're gonna do, this is gonna be interactive, and like my page is blank, and I'm doing this for myself as much as I am for you guys. So I'm gonna literally pick up my phone and walk around my kitchen in a few minutes, and I want you guys to do the same. Like if you have to step away from your computer for the 2 minutes that we take, then go. This is about planning your week as much as it is planning mine. So I really need you guys to get up and go do the things in your kitchen that that I'm gonna be doing with you guys as well. Okay. First thing I want you to do is I want you to grab your family's calendar. Whether you are someone who's a pen and paper person, whether you have a date timer, whether you do Google Calendars, whatever your way of keeping your family's life organized, I want you to grab that, okay? So I'm gonna go run and grab mine because I'm doing this real time with you, and I'll tell you why that's important in a minute, okay? So I'm gonna take a minute. Alexa, resume, and let's go grab our calendars, okay? Log onto your computer, log onto your phone, whatever it is, go grab your calendars. Okay. Where's Amelia? Hi, pretty girl. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Alexa, pause. Alrighty. So this is my family's calendar. This is like the main place where we mark where we're going when. And I always start with this because I need to know what days we're home and what day my husband's home and what days we have and whatnot, because that's going to really affect. Yeah, Tracy, good. That's going to affect what I'm putting where on my calendar. So everybody's got their calendars. If you guys are comfortable, I want to hear from you next about something that is your family's like favorite dish. What is something your family really loves to eat? What's maybe something you've been craving and you want to have? You've been thinking about it on your mind, that kind of thing, because we're incorporated into our meal plan. So I'll go first because I know this is kind of where we normally hear crickets, and I'm cool with that. I haven't been able to get nachos out of my mind. Like, I don't know why I have this craving for nachos lately, but I'm like totally digging it, and I'm gonna honor that, and I'm gonna find a way to work it into my week. So, anybody else have any family favorites or any meals that you want to add to your week? Tracy, what's up, girl?
Hey, so my family loves the ground turkey spaghetti. Like, that is something we put in like every other week. Okay. Because my husband would love it every week, but I mean, we just can't do it every week. Yeah. But yeah, that's like my go-to.
So you do ground turkey, and then what? Like, you make your own sauce, or how do you make that?
Well, you know, I have made my own sauce, and I did it just recently, and it was a lot. It wasn't a lot of work, but it's a meal prep type thing where you need to prep it on Sunday. So normally I just grab this can or jar of ragu. They have an organic kind now with no sugar added, and it's the best. Like, awesome. I just brown my ground turkey on Sunday, and then like throw the ragu in it and boil the noodles, or stick the spaghetti squash in the oven, and I'm done. Like, awesome. 30 minutes, done.
Perfect. That's actually cool. That helps me a lot because I have which I'll show you in a few minutes, got a spaghetti squash in my kitchen somewhere that I've kind of been trying to find a way to incorporate. So cool. Anybody else have anything that you know right off the bat you want to incorporate? Yeah, Ali, what's
up? Tacos. That's my go-to for the family. They love tacos.
Love it. Okay, so we're putting tacos on your menu. What I love about tacos is like you can make them very individual, right? If you've got people in your family who love veggies, you load them up with all that stuff. You have people like my husband who are like meat and cheese potato kind of guys. That's cool too. Okay, amazing. You're going to want to make sure for sure that you have tacos on your menu. Maybe think about it in the sense of like making extra taco meat and having like a taco salad the next day for lunch. I know I did that last week. It worked out really well. So like just doubling up on the amount of ground beef that you make and using it the next day as well.
That's a good idea. Thanks.
No problem. Okay, cool. So this part's gonna seem like a gong show, but trust me, okay? Is anybody willing to like get up and walk around their kitchen with me? Like, is anybody close to their kitchens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm picking up my phone. My Zoom people are gonna have to kind of look at my messy living room for a few minutes on my fish tank. But I'm picking up my phone and I'm like literally gonna go through my cupboards, my fridge, and my freezer. My kitchen's right here. And I'm gonna mark down everything that I have on hand that I wanna use. I feel like a lot of times people miss this step and they just end up buying all new stuff. And I'm like, really, you forget that you've got so friggin' much already on hand. So, Alexa, resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's kind of how we do our meal planning too. We see what's in the freezer for meat and stuff and try to plan meals around so we don't have to buy.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going on a walk. If you guys are with me on IG, you're gonna be able to come. And like, I'm not gonna tell you you eat all veggies all day. Like, let's be honest, that's just not something that excites me. So I'm gonna look inside my pantry right now. I've got my list here. Okay. So I've got cashews. Cashews actually what I had. And there's some pine nuts which I'm obsessed with on salad. So I'm gonna grab those, pull them out. I also have like crazy news on like just I know that'll be exciting for you to eat because I would have forgotten these. I have potatoes that definitely need to be eaten like soonish. So I'm gonna grab those out too. These were shoved in the back. I've got to get them as well. So I'm gonna pull that out. I've had this pesto for a while, and I'm like not a big. I love pesto, but I never cook with pesto. So I'm purposely pulling it out and that way to incorporate that. We're gonna do the freezer next. Now, I have I've got some turkey burgers. I've got some tilapia. What have some little steaks? Some steak, tilapia, turkey burgers. I've got 3 meals in there. This is classic Bassa. Got some frozen veggies. Okay, pretty good. And in the fridge. And milk. Okay. Got tons of tomatoes. I know what I'm doing. I have peppers, and this pepper is definitely needs to be eaten in the next couple days. I'm gonna make sure I do that. I got a lot of yogurt. Salt. Feta cheese. So I'm writing down turkey burgers, tilapia. I'm talking about like meal things right now. Turkey burgers, tilapia, those steaks. Only 2 steaks, so I probably need to buy more if I'm feeding my whole family. Okay, what else is over there? Oh, the pesto. I'm thinking about like maybe a pesto chicken kind of idea. Alexa, pause. Funny side story. The other day I did an Instagram story and I said, I turned my Alexa on and I was like, Alexa, play party music. And I got all these messages from people saying that like when they were listening to my story, it turned on their Alexa in the background. So everybody had a little party with me, which was kind of funny. Okay, so by now we're just waiting on a couple people to come back, and that's cool. So now I know like what I already have. So I'm just going to kind of first of all start with those meals and kind of build those meals. So I know that Wednesday night, so on my sheet, I know that Wednesday night my husband is out, so it's just me. So I'm going to put a little star on that meal. Thursday night, going out with my husband for dinner. It's our anniversary on the weekend, so that's going to be my blank space. I'm going to talk to you about blank spaces in a few minutes. And what else do I have going on this week? Oh, Saturday, I have a shower, so I am away for lunch on Saturday. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to kind of plug in the foods that I have, especially the ones that are a little bit more time sensitive that I want to use earlier in the week, and go from there. So far I have turkey burgers, tilapia, steaks, pesto chicken. You guys have a few things on your list as well. So let's just take a minute to plug in those meals, like the main protein parts of those meals for dinners, and then we'll see how many dinners we have left to create, and then we're going to go backwards to lunches and backwards to breakfast. Okay, so we're going to just take 2 minutes here. I'm going to put in my meal, and I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do the same thing. Okay, so start with dinners and start with proteins that you already have. Don't be afraid to look up recipes. If you've got like a bunch of chicken sitting there and you don't know how to make it, literally you can Google recipes here. I've got some. If you want any help, I have some really good cookbooks I brought here with me. I can give you maybe some suggestions if you've got some protein you don't know how to use. So we're just going to take 2 minutes and we're going to plan out our dinners for the week. Yeah, hey Tracy.
Hey, I just wanted to add that I get pretty much 85% of my recipes from Pinterest. I log into Pinterest, my Pinterest account. I have a board. It's called 21 Day. And that's another thing. We can all add each other as friends or whatever on Pinterest. And so that we can see each other's boards. And we can, pin the recipes that we see. A lot of these recipes will actually tell you your container size if, y'all are doing 21 Day. That also applies to keto. You can search keto recipes. You can search Weight Watchers. You can search pretty much any plan that you're on. I just happen to do the containers. So I do 21 Day. And I have a board that says 21 Day. And I have a ton of pin recipes. Tons.
Awesome. Actually, I have a window open on my computer right now too. I was going to share with you guys where I literally pinned a bunch of snacks. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so let's plug in what we already have in our fridge and our freezers, and then we're going to work backwards to our grocery list after that. Bye, Amelia. I saw you, sweet girl. All right, Alexa, resume. You guys can mute me if you want. Alexa, play the music. There we go. Right.
Jeff, you just totally creeped my husband out. He didn't know that
Why?
Because he didn't know that you could see Amelia leaving, and you're like, "Bye, Amelia."
I am always watching. All right. While you're writing your meals, make sure that you've got a grocery list that you're putting everything you need to buy as you go.
Steph, do you just want to start with like all of your proteins and then kind of add in your veggies and stuff from there?
Yeah. or whatever you want, however it works for you. But I like to start dinner first. And like I'm looking at this in the sense of like, what days is my husband home and what days is he not home? Because then like I eat the things that I like when he's not around. Like I know he's not going to eat a turkey bacon and tomato sandwich, which is like one of my favorite meals. So I put that on Wednesday when I know he's going to be out. And I put my pesto chicken on Saturday when I know he's also going to be out because there's no way he's eating pesto. And like, anyways. Hey, Carm. Alexa, pause the music. Hang on one sec, Karma. I can't hear you. Just a sec. Okay, go for it, girl.
I wanted to know, we're very limited on our proteins that I can actually get the kids to eat.
Okay.
So it's mainly chicken, beef, venison, because we eat game meat, and that's pretty much it. Like we don't do fish, we don't do pork chops, we don't. We're pretty limited, so I get frustrated on variety and what to make that's still somewhat healthy and not takeout. We rely on takeout a lot.
Yeah. Have you explored any, like, I know you guys aren't vegetarian, but you are limited with what you can eat. Have you explored any type of vegetarian options in terms of other protein sources or?
I don't know if they would eat it.
I'm going to actually share my screen with you because I want to show you something that I found very useful for people who have limitations. So let me just share my screen for one quick sec. And actually, Carm, you'll have access to this too. So I'm trying to move this around. Okay, so this is a blog that I really enjoy. There we go. This is a blog that I really enjoy, and I'm going to show my Instagram people as well. Under recipes here, so this is a Beachbody On Demand blog. I find it's really categorized nicely for people who are looking for a specific type of recipe or nutrition. So, and while you don't have to be following any of these food plans, it does, however, have a bunch of really cool, where is it here? Really cool different protein options for people who are limited in their protein intake. So paleo baked eggs and an avocado, like that looks amazing. Sweet potato latkes. These are more like snacks and breakfasts, but cauliflower mash, that's kind of neat. Hey, look! I did not know this was going to be here when I talked about how much I wanted nachos, but hello! That's amazing. That's happening for me. Okay, so just check this out, Carmen. I can help you. Broccoli tots looks cool. I can help you behind the scenes when we get off here to find some different options for you. But what you can also do at the top is, like, say you guys can do lots of chicken there, I believe. I hope you guys can still see my screen here. Yeah. Different chicken recipes. So you're going to be able to like get all kinds of different chicken recipes that are not like barbecue chicken, like chicken pot pie, chicken skewers, chicken, like making a chicken dip. This looks really good. Feta and artichoke. So maybe just start searching by the protein first and look at all the different varieties of ways you can have chicken without just literally having a chunk of chicken. Like this slow cooker quinoa chicken looks super good. You can do like a soup. So that's really cool too. I don't know if that helps, but that is where I would suggest kind of heading. Does that help a little bit? Okay, perfect. So I have everybody give me your thumbs up if you guys are good with dinner so far. Is everyone okay there? Okay, perfect. Okay, and tilapia. So then what I do is I kind of take the dinner and I look at how I can either reuse the same meal or reuse the same protein for my lunch the next day. So I'm a big salad for lunch kind of person. I don't necessarily like having salad for dinner so much, but I will then, after this step, I will go through and see how can I reuse my turkey burgers that I'm going to have for dinner on Monday night, which I just planned. How can I reuse that turkey burger on Tuesday for my lunch? So I'm gonna actually do a turkey burger on a salad, or I can even do it in a wrap, that kind of thing. So let's take a minute here and just see how many of those dinners we can use for the next day's lunches. Maybe you have some lunches at work where you have a meeting you're going to be at, so make sure that you cross off the days where you don't need to plan. And of course, making sure you've got your grocery list so that as you come up with your meals, you're able to kind of fill in what you need to buy at the same time, so you don't have to go through all this one more time, okay? Okay. Is everyone cool? You guys can work on that actually after as well when we log off, because we're going to get timed out here in a couple minutes. There's a couple really neat things that I want to go over with you. So that's how I would do lunches and dinners. Breakfast is a little bit different. If you guys have been following my stories, we've had big life changes in my house this week with the kids all starting school. My twins just started junior kindergarten. It's been kind of like a little bit of a well-organized hot mess. So breakfasts are, for me, like a lot of the times they're just toast and peanut butter with banana on it, or shakes, or I actually have from Costco they're kind of like an egg McMuffin. So it's just egg, a little bit of bacon, cheese, and an English muffin, and they are so super good. So I like to go in and plug those in a couple of days where I'm home, like Thursdays and Fridays I'm home alone. So there I'm definitely going to do like an omelet and cut up a bunch of vegetables that I had from the night before and that sort of thing. So definitely planning when you're home versus when you're leaving quickly from your house to figure out the breakfast thing. There's always ideas like the, what are they called? Like the egg muffin tins. We've got 10 minutes left. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. Sorry, my computer is getting me to upgrade. Okay. So that's how I would go about breakfast. For me, that's where I don't have as much play. Like I'm very basic on my breakfast. Shakes, eggs, toast. Like that's normally the way I do my breakfast. Also, I work out in the morning, so I always have a post-workout drink, which is like huge in protein that I have. I'm normally drinking that just when I'm getting the kids' lunches ready and that sort of thing. So I don't do a set protein normally when I'm drinking that, because it has like 20 grams of protein in it. It's very good. So I'm gonna let you guys work on this once we log off and kind of keep filling in the blanks. But definitely my suggestion for this front page is to use everything that you've got on hand, plug it all in, and then just make your grocery list based on what you need to fill in the blanks for, okay? I want to take a sec to talk about this back page, and this is where I think you can make this this meal plan really fun. And I hear my little people coming. So this is the snack option. So I find snacks just as important as regular meals, and I think it's really important to make snacks something that you're going to be excited about, because there's nothing worse than getting starving or ravenous when you're at work or you're on your way home from work. So what I love about what Tracy's done on this tracker here is it's all just blank spots. I always eat breakfast, snack 1, lunch, snack 2, and then dinner. So I've got 2 different snacks in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brainstorm a ton of different snack options on the back here. And then as I'm getting my food ready in the morning, I'm going to see what's was most appealing to me that day, because although hard-boiled eggs might seem really, a good choice today, like tomorrow I might want to definitely not eat that. Like your tastes are going to change. So you have a lot more flexibility with regards to the snack options, and that's where you can really play with it a little bit. So I'm going to give you a second here to just jot down as many snack options as you can think of. I will share mine once I finish. I'm going to do it right alongside with you guys, okay? So. This is going to sort of lead me into my final thought for this meal planning session, and that is the fun, what I call the fun component. And every time I create a snack combination, it's very rarely that it's just one little thing. Normally I have a component of fun involved in it. So I am someone who will eat cucumbers, but like it doesn't get my motor running, right? Like it doesn't really make me excited to eat a cucumber. So what I do is I slice it up and I have it with this. It might sound weird. I don't know if it's an East Coast thing. A girl from work told me about it, but I combine my little circles of cucumbers with a really nice, like old cheese, like a crumbly Romano or something like that has a really strong flavor, and I eat them like a sandwich. So I'm getting a ton of cucumber and a ton of veggie and lots of fiber, but I also have the flavor that, like, for me, like, I'm a savory person, so having some really nice old cheese is exciting for me. So that's what I would consider to be the fun component. Another option that I have and that I really love in the afternoon especially is like cheese and crackers, or cheese and apple. Like I'm not someone who's going to be super thrilled about just eating a plain apple, but if I eat it with some cheese on the side, or if I dip it in some peanut butter, like then all of a sudden it feels a little bit more exciting to me. So other options, carrots. I am not a fan of just munching on some baby carrots. I'll do it, but I would much rather dip it in like a spicy hummus, or dip it in ranch, or just combining it with something that's going to make it a little bit more exciting. Okay, you could fill this up till you're blue in the face with like celery sticks and all the things that you should, whatever, there's our labeling thing again, but that you should eat. But honestly, like, are you going to be excited for that? You're probably not. So what are you going to do with what you've got on hand to kind of make it a little bit more exciting? I'm going to add those pistachios in because I forgot I had them. Nuts are really great. Fruit combined with a healthy fat is really great. Hard-boiled eggs, like I'll definitely have a few of those this week. I had a ton of eggs in my fridge. I didn't realize I had so many, so that'll help me with that. Kind of getting rid of those types of things. Anybody have any snack options? Tracy, you probably have some really good ones. Anyone have some snack options you want to add to my mix here? Here she comes. You're muted, my friend. There you go.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do have a lot of snack options because I eat 2 snacks a day as well, and they're both at work. So I prepare them in like, oh, I can't think of the word, but like big portions that I can just scoop out when I'm at work. So one of my go-tos is you don't like carrots, but you can do broccoli. Like I like to buy a fresh head of broccoli and then just kind of cut it at the florets and make them a little smaller because I'm really weird about my broccoli. I don't like big pieces of broccoli. It's a struggle just for me to eat broccoli. But I love Greek yogurt mixed with a ranch pack. And I find it to be a healthier option because your Greek yogurt is like packed with protein. And then you've got your broccoli, which is when it's raw, it's just full of your good nutrients and stuff. So that's like one of my go-tos. I'll have like a little Tupperware of carrots, a little Tupperware of those little bite-sized tomatoes. I don't know what they're called. And what do I do? Carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli. And then I'll have a container with my dip. Then I'll do peanut butter, the natural peanut butter. I happen to use Jif. I think it's Jif. I don't know. I have it in the cabinet. But the natural creamy peanut butter, it just has a lot less salt than regular peanut butter. And I think the sugar is cane sugar, not processed sugar. So it's still the same amount of calories and stuff, but it's just a better version of the calories.
Awesome.
Yeah, another one of my favorites is you were talking about like tomatoes and cucumbers and your cheese. I love tomatoes and mozzarella with balsamic vinegar. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right.
I know that I'm someone who needs to work on eating more protein in my snacks. So cheese is really good for me. I also like having deli meat, or like if I have chicken, I'll just have like sliced up chicken that's like ready to grab and go as a snack as well, because protein for me in snacks is like huge at curbing my hunger and keeping me satisfied and holding me off so I'm not like starving by the time.
One more thing. P3s. Good morning, Kate. I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. These things. They are.
Now keep in mind, Tracy's in the States, so many of us up here might not have this. What's it called? Portable protein.
It's P3 by Oscar Mayer. It's a portable protein pack, and it's got they come in different varieties. This one happens to be turkey, ham, and cheddar. So it's just like cubed turkey, ham, and cheddar. They have some with like turkey, cheese, and almonds. They have different varieties, but they're $1.50 at Walmart. That's it.
You can even like make your own like that too, right? Like I don't know if you go to Starbucks or whatever, you see all the little protein packs with egg and crackers and whatever. So, the very last thing I want to really kind of is the fun idea. So I don't want you guys to plan your whole meals for the whole week and have it on paper, but then like be dreading it by the time Wednesday comes around, right? So what's really important for me is we have less than a minute left, so I got to wrap it up. To have something every day that I consider a fun food that I'm looking forward to, that I am excited for, to make all of the other healthier options a little bit easier to stomach.